Welcome to the Chanel. Arif Kapoor had never been one for social gatherings. Even the thought of parties filled him with a quiet dread, where sparkling chandeliers and rehearsed conversations felt more like obstacles than enjoyment. Yet, on this particular evening, he found himself reluctantly attending a friend's engagement party, clutching a glass of water as though it were a lifeline. Across the room, Meera Sharma adjusted her dress strap with subtle irritation, silently blaming her younger sister for insisting she attend. Neither expected to meet someone who immediately seemed to understand their mutual discomfort. When their eyes met across the crowded hall, there was an almost imperceptible moment of recognition, a fleeting sense of kinship in the unspoken understanding of social exhaustion. Their introduction came via Nikhil, a mutual friend whose exuberance sharply contrasted with their reserved natures. "You two, perfect match. Both single, both alone," he exclaimed, oblivious to the subtle exchange of glances between Arif and Meera. Arif offered a polite smile, and Meera gave a small nod, both internally amused and slightly exasperated. Amidst the laughter and light conversation, a spark of curiosity ignited. There was something about this accidental meeting that felt different, more genuine than the usual encounters. A few minutes later, Meera whispered quietly, "I hate nights like this," and Arif, sensing sincerity in her tone, replied softly, "Finally, someone honest." A shared laugh followed, signaling mutual relief that neither would have to navigate the evening alone. In a playful twist, Meera half-joked about needing a boyfriend for the night to avoid persistent questions, and Arif instinctively suggested he could help. Laughter cemented the idea, and a plan was born. They would pretend to be a couple at social events, an arrangement mutually convenient and emotionally low risk. They established simple rules: honesty within their arrangement, no jealousy, and the freedom to end it if necessary. A handshake sealed the pact, yet neither realized how quickly this pretense would grow into something more intricate. The first test came almost immediately when a curious guest asked about the length of their relationship. Arif confidently fabricated a timeline, and Meera added subtle details, making the lie feel seamless. By the end of the night, both felt a strange sense of satisfaction. The act, meant to be temporary, had flowed naturally and comfortably. Over the following weeks, attending events together became routine, and the initial pretense gradually transformed into genuine comfort. They discovered small quirks in each other: Meera's habit of tilting her head when thinking, Arif's glance at his watch when conversations bored him. What began as deliberate, structured interactions slowly developed a rhythm of intimacy and understanding. Texts that initially coordinated schedules evolved into personal conversations about childhood memories, heartbreaks, and quiet aspirations. Each exchange wove a deeper connection, creating emotional threads neither had anticipated. One ordinary evening, Arif invited Meera to his apartment for a movie night. Sitting side by side on his couch, their hands brushed accidentally. Meera laughed to mask the shiver it sent through her, but Arif noticed the tremor in her smile. That fleeting touch blurred the line between pretense and genuine affection. The night stretched into long conversations, confessions, and shared vulnerabilities, revealing the depth of a bond they hadn't expected to find. The pretense, once a shield against awkward social scrutiny, was slowly dissolving into something authentic and unbreakable. Tension, however, inevitably arrived. Meera's colleague, Rohan, began showing an interest in her, stirring unexpected jealousy in Arif. Their interactions grew charged with unspoken emotion, each glance and gesture loaded with subtle friction. Meera, perceptive to Arif's mood, recognized that their connection had transcended the playful pretense. Minor arguments surfaced over trivial matters, but these conflicts unveiled deeper feelings, forcing both to confront emotions previously ignored. Each disagreement, though uncomfortable, acted as a catalyst for honesty, reinforcing a fragile but growing bond. Outside social obligations, they began spending more time together, discovering joy in shared experiences. Weekend trips to the countryside, quiet museum visits, and long city walks became opportunities for playful banter, deep conversation, and intimate moments. Each touch, each smile, Each shared laugh strengthened the invisible thread that bound them. What had started as a convenient arrangement had evolved into a partnership brimming with subtle, powerful intimacy. Even the mundane rhythms of daily life became moments of emotional closeness. Morning coffees sipped in companionable silence, gentle teasing over breakfast, and quiet evenings reading or sketching together fostered an intimate understanding. Arav learned to cherish Mira's thoughtful gestures, a note tucked into his bag, a meal carefully prepared, while Mira noticed Arav's attentive memory of details she never spoke aloud. These ordinary moments became the foundation of a deep, authentic connection that grew steadily. Almost imperceptibly, challenges tested them further. Arav's career offered a position in another city, threatening the balance they had built. Their conversations grew longer and more intense, filled with the anxiety of separation and the determination to preserve closeness. Yet these discussions also revealed the resilience of their bond. They devised ways to maintain connection across distance, understanding that while physical absence could test them, it could never diminish the depth of their affection. Romantic tension infused the everyday. Rainy evenings spent cooking together, laughing at minor mishaps, and playful arguments became small acts of intimacy. Each accidental touch, each shared glance, reinforced the realization that their feelings were no longer just an act. Emotional turbulence, once merely part of their arrangement, became a vehicle for deep, genuine connection. Unexpected obstacles continued to surface. Mira's ex-boyfriend reappeared, attempting to rekindle the past, while Arav faced mounting work pressure. Each test required trust, communication, and vulnerability. They realized that love was not merely passion or attraction, but patience, empathy, and mutual growth. Conflicts evolved into constructive dialogue, moments of jealousy became affirmations of care, and distance became a proving ground for commitment. Milestones in their relationship were celebrated meaningfully. Their creative collaboration, a book combining Arav's writing and Mira's illustrations, symbolized their partnership. Late nights spent brainstorming, sketching, and laughing mirrored their personal growth as a couple. Each page of their book reflected shared experiences, inside jokes, and intimate moments, creating a narrative that mirrored the depth of their own connection. Anniversaries and quiet celebrations further marked their love's evolution. Returning to the engagement hall where their journey began, they recalled awkward introductions and playful exchanges. "Who knew a fake plan would lead us here?" Arav whispered. "I'm glad it did," Mira replied, their hands finding each other instinctively. Small gestures, shared smiles, and tender glances conveyed the profound connection they had cultivated. Arav presented Mira with a charm bracelet, each charm representing a key moment. Their first meeting, first kiss, reconciliations, and quiet nights of vulnerability. Tears filled her eyes as she recognized how every challenge, every playful argument, every tender moment had built the love they now shared in an ordinary life. They found extraordinary joy. Morning routines, cooking together, evening walks, and long conversations became symbols of commitment. Emotional tension, once a source of uncertainty, had matured into intimacy, passion, and profound understanding. They discovered that love was about presence, empathy, and shared growth, not just grand gestures. Challenges of distance, career pressures, and family expectations arose, but each obstacle strengthened their resilience and connection. By embracing vulnerability, patience, and trust, Arav and Mira transformed a pretense into authentic love. Every laugh, tear, and quiet shared moment became part of the foundation of their relationship, built on sincerity and devotion. One evening, sitting together on their balcony, city lights glittering below, they reflected on the journey that had brought them together. Every playful exchange, argument, and intimate conversation had culminated in a bond strong, real, and irreplaceable. What began as a fake relationship had evolved into enduring, resilient, and profoundly beautiful love. They held each other close, secure in the knowledge that their journey from pretense to genuine connection had created a love that could withstand any challenge. In that embrace, every difficulty, every shared joy, every moment of vulnerability was a testament to trust, empathy, and devotion. Together, they faced life's uncertainties, united by a love born from circumstance but nurtured into something irrevocably real.